Welcome back to Time with God series, Bible study with me, WendyMichelle Thompson. Today's reading is Numbers 22. The Israelites journeyed and encamped in the plains of Moab on the east side of the Jordan River at Jericho. And Balak, the king of Moab, son of Zippor, saw all that Israel had done to the Amorites. And Moab was terrified at the people and full of dread, because there were many. Moab was distressed and overcome with fear because of the Israelites. And Moab said to the elders of Midian, "Now will this multitude lick up all that is around about us, as the ox licks up the grass of the field?" So Balak, son of Zippor, the king of the Moabites at that time, Verse 5, sent messengers to Balaam, a foreteller of events, son of Beor, at Pethor, which is by the Euphrates river, even to the land of the children of his people, to say to him, "There is a people come out from Egypt. Behold, they cover the face of the earth, and they have settled down and dwell opposite me. Now come, I beg of you, curse this people for me, for they are too powerful for me. Perhaps I may be able to defeat them and drive them out of the land. For I know that he whom you bless is blessed, and he whom you curse is cursed." And the elders of Moab and of Midian departed with the rewards of foretelling in their hands. And they came to Balaam and told him the words of Balak. And he said to them, "Lodge here tonight, and I bring you word, as the Lord may speak to me." And the princes of Moab abode with Balaam that night. And God came to Balaam and said, "What men are these with you?" Verse 10. And Balaam said to God, "Balak, son of Zippor, king of Moab, has sent to me, saying, Behold, the people who came out of Egypt cover the face of the earth. Come now, curse them for me. Perhaps I shall be able to fight against them and drive them out." And God said to Balaam, "You shall not go with them. You shall not curse the people, for they are blessed." And Balaam rose up in the morning and said to the princes of Balak, "Go back to your own land, for the Lord refuses to permit me to go with you." So the princes of Moab rose up and went to Balak and said, "Balaam refuses to come with us." Then Balak again sent princes, more of them, and more honorable than the first ones. And they came to Balaam and said to him, "Thus says Balak, son of Zippor, I beg of you, let nothing hinder you from coming to me, for I will promote to you very great honor, and I will do whatever you tell me. So come, I beg of you, curse this people for me." And Balaam answered the servants of Balak, "If Balak would give me his house full of silver and gold, I cannot go beyond the word of the Lord my God to do less or more. Now therefore I pray you, tarry here again tonight, that I may know what more the Lord will say to me." Verse 20. And God came to Balaam at night and said to him, "If the men come to call you, rise up and go with them, but still only what I tell you may you do." And Balaam rose up in the morning and saddled his donkey and went with the princes of Moab. And God's anger was kindled because he went, and the angel of the Lord stood in the way as an adversary against him. Now he was riding upon his donkey, and his two servants were with him. And the donkey saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way, and his sword drawn in his hand. And the donkey turned aside out of the way and went into the field. And Balaam struck the donkey to turn her into the way. But the angel of the Lord stood in a path of the vineyards a wall on this side and a wall on that side. Verse 25. And when the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, she thrust herself against the wall and crushed Balaam's foot against it, and he struck her again. And the angel of the Lord went further and stood in a narrow place where there was no room to turn, either to the right hand or to the left. And when the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, she fell down under Balaam, and Balaam's anger was kindled, and he struck the donkey with his staff. And the Lord opened the mouth of the donkey, and she said to Balaam, "What have I done to you that you should strike me these 3 times?" And Balaam said to the donkey, "Because you have ridiculed and provoked me, I wish there were a sword in my hand, for now I would kill you." Verse 30. And the donkey said to Balaam, "Am not I your donkey upon which you have ridden all your life long until this day? Was I ever accustomed to do so to you?" And he said, "No." Then the Lord opened Balaam's eyes, and he saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way with his sword drawn in his hand. And he bowed his head and fell on his face. And the angel of the Lord said to him, "Why have you struck your donkey these 3 times? See, I came out to stand against and resist you, for your behavior is willfully obstinate and contrary before me. And the donkey saw me and turned from me these 3 times. If she had not turned from me, surely I would have slain you and saved her alive." Balaam said to the angel of the Lord, "I have sinned, for I did not know you stood in the way against me. But now, if my going displeases you, I will return." Verse 35. The angel of the Lord said to Balaam, "Go with the men, but ye shall speak only what I tell you." So Balaam went with the princes of Balak. When Balak heard that Balaam had come, he went out to meet him at the city of Moab, on the border formed by the Arnon River at the farthest end of the boundary. And Balak said to Balaam, "Did I not earnestly send to you to ask you to come to me? Why did you not come? Am not I able to promote you to honor?" And Balaam said to Balak, "Indeed, I have come to you, but do I now have any power at all to say anything? The word that God puts in my mouth, that shall I speak." And Balaam went with Balak, and they came to Kiriath-hozah. Verse 40. And Balak offered oxen and sheep, and sent portions to Balaam and to the princes who were with him. And on the following day, Balak took Balaam and brought him up into the high places of Bamoth Baal. From there he saw the nearest of the Israelites. And that concludes the reading of Numbers 22. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope all of you have a very blessed day. Please hit the like and the bell for notifications, and subscribe if you haven't yet. Share with others. Thanks so much, everyone. I'm so thankful that you all have just been so kind. I feel very blessed to have you all be a part of these readings. Have a wonderful day.